everyone, I'm Agsipo and our topic for today is sentence. The sentence is definition and its type. So when we say sentence, a sentence is the largest unit of any language. In English, it begins with a capital letter and ends with a full stop or a question mark or make exclamation mark. So the sentence is generally defined as a word or group of words that expresses a true idea by giving a statement or order or asking question or exclaiming. So we have example for this. He is a good boy. That's for our statement. Is he a good boy? That's for our question and our exclaiming is what a nice weather. So that's for our exclaiming. So ideally, a sentence requires at least one subject and one verb. Sometimes the subject of sentence can be hidden, but the verb must be visible and present in sentence. So we have some example for this. Do it. So in this sentence, if we notice, a subject you is hidden, but the verb do is visible. So we have some several types of sentence according to structure and function. Our types of sentence is the first one is structurally. Structurally, sentences are of four types. The first type is simple sentence. Second type is compound sentence. The third type is complex sentence, and the fourth type is compound complex sentence. So when we say simple sentence, a simple sentence must have a single clause or a single verb, which is independent clause, some specific conjunction, punctuation, or both are used to join together this clause. So we have some example for this. I always wanted to be a writer. And that's, if you notice, it's just a one clause and one verb. So when we say compound sentence, a compound sentence must have more than one independent clause with no dependent clauses. Some specific conjunction, punctuation, or both are used to join together this clause. So we have some example. Some example is I always wanted to be a writer and she wanted to be a doctor. If you notice two independent clauses with two verbs, when we say complex sentence, a complex sentence also has more than clause, but one of them must be an independent clause and the other must be dependent clauses. There are also some same particular connectors for the clauses of a complex sentence to be connected. So we have some example. Our example is, I know that you always wanted to be a writer. Here, a dependent clause is followed by a connector and independent clause. Um, that's the other way is also possible. Our last compound complex sentence. When we say compound complex sentence, it's a mixture of features of compound and complex sentence in one sentence. So it must contain at least independent clause and at least one dependent clause. It must be together, but it must be different both. So we have some example. I know that you always wanted to be a writer, but I always wanted to be a doctor. Here, one dependent clause is followed by a complex connector and two independent clauses with a compound conjunction between them. So our second types of sentence is functionally. So functionally sentences are of mainly four types also. So our first type is declarative sentence. So our second is imperative sentence, third interrogative sentence, our fourth is exclamatory sentence. So when we say assertive sentence or declarative sentence, it must be simply expresses an opinion or feeling or makes a statement, describes things, in other words, and declares something. These types of sentence ends with a period with a full stop. So we have some example. I want to be a cricketer. It is still just like it's just saying that she wanted to be a cricketer. So our feeling is I am very happy today. So we use an imperative sentence to make a request or to give commands for our imperative sentence. So when we say imperative sentence, usually end with a period with a full stop. But under certain circumstances, it can end with a note or exclamation mark. So our example is please sit down. I need you to sit down now. Um, that's for our exclamation mark. There's a exclamation mark in the end of sentences. So an interrogative sentence. When we say interrogative sentence, you need to like ask a question An interrogative sentence must end with a note of interrogation with question mark to the end of sentences. So we have some example. When are you going to submit your assignment? There's an end to the sentence. Do you know him? Like that. So for our exclamatory sentence, our exclamatory sentence express overflow of emotion, can be happiness, um, wonder or sorrow, anger, like you are wondering. So we have some example. What day it was. I could not believe he would do that. At the end of sentence, there's a exclamation mark both. So that's for our sentence and its definition and its types. So that's the end of my topic. So thank you for watching.